365 days a year. And it's been a crazy year. We'll probably have a little bit of time at the end of the show to kind of recap, what we did over the course of this crazy ass year. We did everything from built an entire YouTube channel from basically a standing start to 30,500 subscribers, 1.8 million views a month, 12 million views overall this year. Pretty amazing. We built an entire premium handicapper website from thin air. Started the year, I had lost my whole business. And I didn't know if I was going to get it back. But we'll get into that stuff later on. What we're going to do is Brian has some tech difficulties, so that's why I'm kind of filibustering here. Of course, we give free picks on every game every single day. Give out tons of them. I think yesterday we did pretty well in our free picks. And then, of course, our best bets are in the premium area. It's so weird because it's like I'll have days where I got a thing on Facebook, and it was like, I think the 3 free picks that I lost were the 3 that this guy told me I suck about, right? Brian looks like he's back, but he still looks frozen. That's the same position he was in when we saw him last.
Oh, head movement.
So, I don't know. I have Rod muted, but he's still talking to me. Not really sure what he's saying.
He's got pure focus.
Anyways.
Testicles.
No, Brian, he is moving there.
We can hear him.
There's movement. But I just know that...
we just can't hear him.
I don't know. Let me ask the guys. Brian, can you hear us?
Yeah, it's coming through my computer instead of my headphones.
All right, well, we're going to bring you in live, so look alive. Brian's,
maybe I have to call you back to the other way.
Well, that's fine, but you're going to be on the air, so in 2 seconds. Right. 3, 2, 1. We're here. Brian's underneath the hood of his computer, but
and there he goes.
He has disappeared, but he will be back.
The hood just slammed on top of his head.
He'll be back in just a second. We got, let's see what we got going on here. Rod. This is not Brian. He'll be back, and we'll switch it back. And do we have a Chris here? I don't think we even have a Chris in these. Oh, well. We'll just do one of these. Anyways. Last day of the year. Last day to knock it out of the park. I'll tell you how choppy my year has been. It's like I've either been home run in a sport, or I've been just like baseball. I was terrible in baseball this year. NFL, I've been choppy, but I've been plugging away. I still have time to. I think I'm in position where I can get positive on the year in NFL, but college basketball and NBA in the bubble, I just crushed it. So I'm positive overall for the year. Made it just in the nick of time. Chris, what's going on with the contest? Rod, what's up with the contest? Today's the last day. A lot of people within striking distance, right?
Yep, it's gonna come right down to today's games.
So anyone that's in the top 10, okay, anyone that made the top 10. All right, well, Brian is back. So let me switch scenes. So anyone that made the top 10 and you're over, and you're in the running, I'm going to take a look at you all. So as long as you guys entered, if you didn't enter picks every day, then I'm probably not going to take you on, But some of the other guys I will definitely take a good, hard, long look at. So as long as you were consistent and entered picks every day, you finished in the top, I'll take a look at you. We'll figure something. We can, we'll see what happens. I certainly can't take everyone. We don't have room for everyone. But I saw some of the totals there, and I was impressed. That I was surprised that many people finished with that good of records. It's not easy. And, the people that entered the picks every day, that's not easy either. There are days you don't want to do it. I know that. And believe me, I hear it from people all the time, from the cappers, Ruffalo took a pass.
I was waiting for it. I'm going to
take a pass today. Mitch, just start writing checks. It's fun. Anyways, Brian, welcome back. What do you got today?
It's funny you mentioned checks because I got my blank check Thursday included in this 3-packs, my college basketball blank check. I absolutely chomping at the bit to get to this one. Along with that, you get 2 college football. So 3 plays, $40 at pickdogs.com.
How about you, Chris?
For me, we're going to end 2020 with a bang. I got a bunch of stuff over at Pick Dogs Premium. I got a college hoops 3-pack, got an NBA 3-pack, college football bonanza 3-pack. I got my college basketball game of the year. Leave it to me to have the game of the year on New Year's Eve. But you know what? This is a game I absolutely love today. I got each one for over $29.95 over at pickdogs.com, sportschatplays.com premium. Or get it all as part of a 3-day pass, and you'll get stuff for Friday and Saturday as well.
It's a good story. Rod?
For me, I just made it plain and simple. I got a New Year's Eve 7-pack here. I got 3 college basketball, 3 NBA, and I only like one of the bowl games, the Liberty Bowl. You can get all 7 plays over at the Pick Dogs Premium area for $39.99. All 7 plays. Big day. Kick off New Year's and 2020 on the right note. Some big winners.
I just have a college basketball 3-pack. I have 3 NBA games that I liked and was going to put in as premiums. I liked 2 of the college football bowl games. I didn't put those in as premiums. I just went with the 3 college basketball. The NBA, it's like as long as I have picks to put in college basketball where I'm feeling a lot more confident right now, the NBA, it's just, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm struggling a little bit here. In the bubble, everything was crystal clear to me. But here, where the teams are traveling, it's like we're not seeing any kind of consistency. Players are taking games off, that we didn't see in the bubble. These are all things we didn't see in the bubble. So it's hard, especially when you're putting in your picks the night before. So, that's why I've kind of been treading a little lighter in the NBA. I probably should have put in at least 1 pick for NBA today. But, I'll get rolling. There's like 10 games tomorrow in the NBA. So we'll get back rolling with the NBA. But just want to finish the year strong.
I think LaMarcus Aldridge not playing for the Spurs kind of hurt.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's like, it happened the other day to me with the Clippers, It's like, Kawhi Leonard's 50-plus points against the Mavericks. He wasn't able to contribute that, so I ended up losing. They're down by 50. If Kawhi was there, they would have scored that 50.
Now I have to contact Chris after the show to find out if we both like the same game that we're so up on or if we're diametrically opposed. So we'll have to figure that out.
Anyways, got 3 college football games today. It was, remember yesterday on the show I said I was so embarrassed about that Houston pick that I had given the day before, even though I was 2-1 in college hoops. That Houston pick just really left a mark. It was so bad. It was just... I mean, in a year that really was pretty good, that could have been my worst pick of the whole year. And I had the Clippers against the Mavericks. I've taken worse losses, like as far as the scoreboard, but my worst pick of the year was Houston against Tulsa. That was just ridiculously bad pick. I know you guys expect way more of me than that. So yesterday I came back and I said, I really dug in deep. I got my picks. It took me an hour and a half extra. And I went 5-0 yesterday. And a lot of the picks that I threw out that were on my card were all winners too. So it would have been Austin Peay and Belmont were both on my card. We're the 6th and 7th team out. So it could have been a lucky 7, but 5, we'll take it. Oh, man, that Penn State game when the guy missed the free throw and they went to overtime and then they didn't call the foul like right before it. I was like, oh, man, they don't want me to be 5-0 today. But they did. Anyways, Tulsa against Mississippi State. This game starts soon. It's weird because normally New Year's Eve, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl goes at night, and it's like we usually have 4 or 5 games, on New Year's Eve. This year, it's 3. Brian, what do you think here? Kickoff, Mississippi State and Tulsa. I like Mississippi State a lot. The line is inverted. Tulsa has not traditionally fared well against teams that are bigger than them. And Mississippi State is a lot bigger than them. A lot bigger.
Mississippi State has the much better athletes, in my opinion. I know this total opened up at 50 and it's down to 44 and a half, but I still like the under. I just don't see Tulsa scoring much on Mississippi State. And the Bulldogs don't have the best offense in the world, so I can see this going under the total.
Chris, 7-point loss to Georgia, 7-point loss to Ole Miss, 14-point loss to Auburn. Crushed by Alabama by 41 in Tuscaloosa. Texas A&M by 14 points. So it seems like a lot of 1 and 2 touchdown losses to some really good teams, top 10 ranked teams. While you have Tulsa, who lost to Cincinnati by a field goal, respectively, you know. But, you know, it's been Navy, Tulane, SMU, ECU, USF. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I hear you. And that's why I'm going to take the under as well. I just think it's going to be a defensive battle. I think Tulsa's going to have a bit of an eye-opener here against a Mississippi State team that is going to be bigger than them, and I think Mississippi State's going to control the lines. I think we're going to see a bunch of ground and pound. I think we're going to see a lot of clock chewed up on the ground today, so give me the under here.
How about you, Rod?
For me, this one, I'm going to go Mississippi State. Sure, they hadn't looked good all year, but their last game they came out and their offense actually looked alive. So they have the better offense, and that's Tulsa's big loss in this game is losing the defensive player of the year in Xavier Collins. He's not going to play this game as he's opted out to go to the NFL. So I think Mississippi State's got a chance here. Give me Mississippi State win this outright over Tulsa.
I'm going to be preparing for the NFL draft tonight, too. I'm making a big pot of chili, turkey chili. Got Ball State against San Jose State. I think this is the toughest of the three. The line just seems way too big, you know, in this thing. But, we saw Ball State do it against Buffalo. Mountain West certainly a lot tougher than the MAC. San Jose State, I mean, this is their year, 7-0. San Jose State. Brian, the Alabama of the Mountain West this year.
To me, this is the Big Macs versus the Filet-O-Fishes as far as college football games go. I'm all over Ball State. They won 6 in a row. They beat a good Buffalo team. I know San Jose State's undefeated, but that's just too many points. I got 10 on Ball State. I think it's at 9.5. I'll take either one of the two plus the points. Ball State covers.
I got Ball State money line personally. Chris?
Yeah, I don't know if it's Filet-O-Fish versus Big Macs on the total, but I like the over 64 here. I think this is going to be just a shootout. I think two teams going back and forth, and I think both teams get into the 30s in this one. So give me the over 64.
Wow, not one Nick Starkel out of Ruffalo. Rod, what do you got? I was waiting for a Starkel. I was going to hold up the card and say, how many Starkels are we going to get here?
This is my 10 Starkel play of the year.
For me, in this one, I like the over as well. Both teams are definitely going to put up points and score in bunches. Both teams easily hit into the 30s. But my play for here is take Ball State plus the points. I think San Jose probably wins this game, but not by that many. I think they win by a touchdown. So take the plus line.
Money line for me. Army against West Virginia. I hate West Virginia's guts this year. It's going to take me at least a full offseason to get over that Iowa State game. I'm still sick to my stomach over that one. That was another horrid loss that I took this season. It's like, the losses, you always remember the losses. You rarely remember the wins. But, man, did that one leave a mark. They were so bad. Slop fest. And if they play a quarter of as sloppy as they played in that game, they're going to get rung up in this one by Army. A Big 12 school getting rung up by a military school. Brian?
Yeah, for me, it's pretty square, but I'm going to take the under in this spot. I just don't see Army scoring very much at all. I watched all their game against Air Force and Navy. It's just, and West Virginia doesn't have the best offense in the world either. So I'm going to go under the total.
Well, the problem with West Virginia is they can't complete a pass, and they can't run the football. So it makes it tough.
I like their offense much better than Army's offense, though.
In the Iowa State game, I mean,
no, that was terrible. What, 46-6 or 40?
They got a point in that game. Did the defense score? because I mean I turned it off.
I mean, Army's offense, though, boy.
Oh yeah, no, this is not the sexiest game in the world. That's why we need Ruffalo's commentary on it to kind of add bring the sexy. Chris.
Oh, thank you. No, I think we're going to see a lot of long, sustained drives from Army. We're going to see West Virginia stay off the field for quite a bit. I don't see either team doing a lot of scoring. I see a lot of clock getting shoot up here as well. So I'm with Brian at square, but I'll take the under 41 as well. I think this game struggles to get to 35.
Well, Rod,
I'm with you guys. This is going to be an ugly game with not a whole lot of scoring. I don't even think the weather's supposed to be nice either. So, I mean, windy and rainy is what I think. So, give me the under here. Points are becoming at a premium in this game.
I'm going to go Army money line. So for me, it's Mississippi State, Ball State, and Army. Birdcage, parlay, money line on all of them. Mississippi State is now -1, so I would just money line it. Money line Mississippi State, money line Ball State, money line Army. Birdcage. I'll just sit here until Ruffalo acknowledges me.
I was acknowledging it the whole time.
All right. Go to the NBA. I like today's card. It's just I like all the dogs almost. I like too many dogs here, and I think that I wanted to see like if there was public opinion on these dogs. You know, like I don't want to be on public dogs. Anyways, let's see how this ends up because I haven't really looked at the numbers this morning. But I'll give out what I thought was going to be my 3 premiums out of these for free because I love you guys. Not you guys, these guys. Pacers against Cavaliers. I like the Cavs here plus the points. This was not going to be a premium, but I just think this game's closer than 7.5. That's the only reason. I think the Pacers win. I just think it's closer than this.
Yeah, for me, I didn't have any NBA premiums because the numbers just didn't formulate in time for me. I like the Cavaliers also on the road with the points. I think they're a better dog than a favorite. So there's no reason they can't keep it close.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Cavs and the points as well. It does feel like too many. I think this is a game that comes down to the wire. So give me Cleveland and the points.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Give me Cleveland Cavaliers and the points. There's just way too many in what's going to easily be a 2 to 4 point game.
This game was such a good matchup. They decided to play it again. The Wizards and the Bulls. I don't think there's any television at all for this one. We decided not to show this game. No, I'm just kidding. But I think the Wizards are better than their record. I like the Wizards here. I think they get off the schneid and end the new year with a win and a cover. The Bulls actually probably just not as bad as people think. I think there's some talent on that Bulls roster.
Yeah, for me, the Wizards are just too heavily bet in this matchup. I'll take the points in the Bulls. I think it's a 4 or 5 point game. But if I can get 6.5 for the Bulls, I'm all over it.
Chris, you ready to take a whiz?
Oh, man. I might. I'm going to take the under in this one. I think 237. I know it's trending up from 234.5, but I just think 237 is just a bit too high. I think this is going in the wrong direction. Give me the under.
I'm going to go the other way. I like the over. I think they're begging you to take the under, and that's why they moved it up even more and more. They're just begging you to take more under action. Give me the over. Both these teams don't play a whole lot of defense. Both are averaging over 110 points a game. Give me the over here. I like the over 237.
Got the Magic and the 76ers. This line looked funny to begin with. I don't even understand how the 76ers are favored on the road. This was going to be a premium pick for me. This was one of the 3 that I really liked. So I really like the Magic here, but it seems almost like a square dog. Brian?
Yep, my feelings exactly. They're begging you to take Orlando here. I just think it should be a pick 'em or -1 Magic. I'm going to be on the Sixers here. I think they're going to start to establish themselves as one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. So I'll lay the points with the Sixers. Much better than Brooklyn. I hope they get Brooklyn. They're going to crush them.
Let's not get carried away. Chris, best teams in Eastern Conference. Yeah. Let's have a point guard that makes like $400 million that can't hit a layup.
But he's probably the best one of the best defensive players in the league.
Right.
And you like defense, so you should like
love
Simmons.
defense. No, he's a great player, but that team, they need someone that can score. He would be good like with LeBron or something. Or Kyrie, a guy that, Kyrie isn't going to pass him the ball. Like he could pass the ball to Kyrie, and that's it. He's done. His participation in that trip down the court would be over. You pass the ball to Russell Westbrook, who shoots
it? That's all the participation he gets.
Yes. We have this nice participation trophy.
I'm with you. I'm going to take Orlando here. I think, Philly was one of my more profitable fades going into the bubble last year, especially on the road. I think, why deviate from that here? I'm going to take Orlando in the points at home.
Because
if it's a trap, I'm biting.
It looks very trappy with 88% of the money on Philly and only 42% of the action. Rod?
Yeah, for me, I lean Philly in this one. But for me, I like the under even better. Give me the under. I think first to 100 wins this game.
I struggle to put any of my hard-earned money on any of the Philly teams at this point. The last Philly bet that I'm proud of was that Super Bowl win against the Patriots. Rockets against the Kings. Another dog that I really liked here. I was going to go with the Kings all the way for the with the points. I think the Rockets get everyone back tonight, so it's their chance to get their first win of the season. They're home, all that stuff. So kind of like scared me off the Kings a little bit. It seems almost too easy, and then the line's going even higher to make it even easier. It's like I know the Kings never get any respect, so they're usually one of our teams, right? So because it's like most people hate them, so we love them. Type thing. It's like, oh man, and the Rockets. I mean, if there's anyone that's gonna bust up your parlay, it's the Houston Rockets. Right? They specialize in it. It's like that was the thing that that was the shirts we're gonna get made during the COVID. What I wouldn't do to have the Houston Rockets bust up my parlay right now. Brian.
Yeah, the Kings and the Suns are my type of team, but in this spot, I'm going to take the Rockets, desperately needing a win. This line just keeps begging you to take Sacramento. I'm going to take the Rockets. I think they win by 10.
Chris?
They don't have to beg me too hard to take the Kings. I'm going to take Sacramento. Even if Houston's getting their players back tonight, I think it's going to take a while to get back up to game speed, and I think it's still going to take a bit of an adjustment. So. Give me Sacramento on the points.
Can we get some Rockets money line comments here? Any comments? Rod?
For me, I'm going to take the over. Both teams don't play a whole whack of defense here. Rockets get some players back, more scores. Give me the over.
Got the Raptors up against the Knicks. I love the Raptors in this one. Love it. Brian's shaking his head. I love the Raptors in this one.
I'm not laying 9 points with the Raptors unless you put a gun
unless they're
to my
playing
head.
the Knicks. Oh, they are playing.
Knicks are off a road win at the Cavs. They beat the Bucks at home. They're not as bad as everybody thinks. So this is a ton of points. I think they can keep it close to the Raptors.
The Knicks aren't as bad as everybody thinks.
They're bad, but they're not as bad. I mean,
Raptors might be worse.
I like these points.
They got you right where they want them.
Yeah.
They got you right where they want them. The Knicks, I'm telling you, the Knicks are so bad that 2-2 feels like a 50-game winning streak. Where's Ann? Ann is on the drive-thru, and she's also, you can get her picks in the premium area. That's where Ann is. God, When was the last time Ann was here?
I wonder if I go away for a week, if anybody would miss me.
Me too. The start of college basketball. For me, it's you talk too much. It's like it's a show.
You're old and crappy.
Yes, that's what I was told at the beginning of this year, man. I was too old and crappy. Too old, too crappy. So old and crappy. After all this year.
Chris? I'm gonna take the under here. I think it's going to be a defensive struggle. I think there's going to be a lot of missed shots here, and I think it's the first 200 wins this game. So, give me the under 215.
Here's the look that I gave when I was told I was old and crappy. That like kind of looking away, confused look. Like, what do you mean I'm old and crappy? You just hurt my feelings. But
nobody wants to watch you.
I'm old and crappy, but the person that said that about me said I was a name caller, and they would never call anyone names. But I'm old and crappy. It's like, yeah, okay. Okay, dick face. Not you, bro. You could be a dick face too if you want to be. You don't have to.
I'm a dickhead. I'm not a dick face.
You could be. I don't know what it would be.
I would call it a something face, but it definitely wasn't a big face.
I'll call you dick face. Oh, yeah, that's right. You were called. That was a good one. Yes, that was the best. That was the best comment that I've seen in the messages. Different 4-letter word. Rod, what do you got in this game?
For me in this one, I am going to take the Knicks. Give me the Knicks and the points. This Raptors team is just looking awful, man. And now they're going to try to cover 9? No thanks. I think the Raptors actually get their first win, but I don't think they win by 9. I think it's a 4-point, 5-point game at the most.
I think the Raptors win by 20 in this. Got the Thunder against the Pelicans. Another dog I like to win outright here, or at least cover Thunder. But once again, I think they're a little too, it's like I like these picks, but it's like I can't I don't love them. It's not like Ohio State yesterday, which was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
Ohio State was like a backup. Ohio State was one of those games that was like, oh my God, back up the truck. It was one of those. It was like, you know what? I deserve new golf clubs. It's like, I'm not going to worry about them because I've got Ohio State.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to take the Thunder. This one I probably should have put in as a premium. It looks like something that just flew under the radar. Pelicans are just too publicly bet. So I'll take the Thunder.
I just bet the other side.
I don't know about winning outright, but they could. You never know.
What are the Pelicans against the number this year? 1-3. So you just bet against the Pelicans every single game just until the formula stops working. It would take them to get about 3 games over 500 in the covering department for me to get off of fading the Pelicans on a regular basis. Chris, speaking of fading, what do you got?
Yeah, I could just envision hordes of people in Zion Williamson jerseys just walking to the betting window and hammering the Pelicans. And that's why I'm going to take the Thunder here as well. I just think this is too many points. This is the kind of spot where we cashed on the Thunder a lot last year, and the Thunder team's not that bad even without Chris Paul. I like the Thunder, so give me the Thunder and the points.
It's a weird thing because the New Orleans used to be, the old New Orleans team used to be the New Orleans Jazz, and that made perfect sense, Yeah. Made perfect sense. The New Orleans Jazz. Then they became the Utah Jazz. Why they wouldn't have changed their name, when they went to Utah, didn't make any sense to me. And now they're New Orleans Pelicans. It's like, weren't they something before that? Weren't they the Hornets or something? They were originally the other old Hornets.
They were the Hornets one.
And now the Hornets are back to being the Hornets. What were the Hornets like before they were the Hornets this time? They were something else. Bobcats.
Remember those ugly orange and blue jerseys when they drafted Emeka Okafor?
What a mess. What a mess. Rod, you got your Zion Williamson jersey ready?
No, not at all.
No?
Lonzo Ball.
You and El Niños could square it off on the drive-thru.
No, thanks. The Pelicans, like you said, were 1-3 this year. You can go back even farther than that, and they're like 1-6. Their last ATS, their last 7.
It's an ATM machine.
And OKC's been cover machine, so that's
2 years in a
definitely
row.
an ATM machine.
Yep.
So I'm on the Thunder here. Give me the Thunder plus the points here.
Yeah, when things were sketchy, with my company, I didn't know exactly what we were doing and stuff, and if I was going to get Sports Chat back, I just bet against the Thunder to keep things. I bet on the Thunder to keep things afloat. We just rode the Thunder. Just bet it all. Speaking of the Jazz, up against the Suns, these are two good teams. So the last game of the NBA season for 2020, this is the third version of the NBA season. We had the original NBA season, then the break, then the bubble NBA season, and now another NBA season. So it's 3 seasons in 1 year, though 2 of them counted as the same season. 2 of the better teams, throughout that thing. I don't know, man. The Suns still getting points. It's so weird. It's like this game should. I think the Jazz are. I don't know, man. This is a game which I wouldn't. This is fanboy game for me. Brian?
Yeah, I think the Suns are too publicly supported dog in this one. I see the bets and the money are heavily on the Suns. I like Utah at home, never an easy place to play. Take the Jazz, lay the points. It should be as easy as should be pretty easy tonight. Take the Jazz.
Thank you later.
Thank me later. Yes. And I love the Suns.
Thank me later.
Not tonight.
I hate thank me later. I hate that. What's more amateur hour? Wednesday or thank me later?
Wednesday,
yeah. I'd say Wednesday too. Chris? But thank me later is right there. It's right there. I think Wednesday is more amateur for a professional capper to say. Thank me later is just like the square in the square in the comments. Right?
I almost took Rod's tantalizing Thursday today. I almost used tantalizing Thursday. But I thought, I'm going to have to hear about it. So I didn't do it.
It's not a good look.
What? Tantalizing New Year's?
I refuse to mention any kind of holidays in my picks. Then I can't reuse the title. Sure.
Yeah. I'm going to take the under here. I think we see a defensive effort from the Jazz to close out the year, and I think Phoenix, as much as I like the Phoenix offense, I think they get held down a little bit in this one, so give me the under 220.5.
I've been asked to stop blabbering.
I'm going to go the other way. I love the over in this game. I don't think we're going to see a whole schwack of defense in this game at all. And both teams can score. Give me the over. I'll take the over 221. It really hasn't moved a whole lot.
All right, moving to college basketball. Got Hampton versus Gardner-Webb. These are rematches. Campbell versus Winthrop. Presbyterian up against Radford. 1-ho, 2-ho, red ho, blue hose. Longwood up against Asheville. Air Force, Utah State. Any of those do it for you, Brian?
No, the Blue Hose burned me for about $1,000 yesterday, but I'm back on them for $1,500. I like Presbyterian a lot. They were in the number the whole game, and then they just deflated at the end. So I'll take the Blue Hose today.
We call that hose stole my wallet. Chris.
Oh man, the amount of Blue Hose that have deflated on me over the years. I gotta go Radford after that performance yesterday after falling apart. Probably bite me in the butt later, but after seeing Presbyterian fall apart yesterday, it doesn't inspire much confidence. So give me Radford, and I think that's the only one I like in this time slot.
Rod?
For me, I know Winthrop did. They let Campbell hang around yesterday, and today it looks like everybody is all enamored with Campbell today. So I'm going to go with Winthrop. I think they are the better team. They come out focused after their crappy effort yesterday and bounce back. Get a big win here today. I would take Hampton again. over Gardner-Webb. They look good. Got the outright win. Give me Hampton.
Hampton University. I think I was pretty enthusiastic in my write-up about Ohio State. I clearly said no one loves to beat up on the bad teams more than Ohio State, and that's exactly what they have here. It's like Ohio State, like when they get a bad team, it doesn't even matter the sport. Like Ohio State, Michigan, right? Those Big Ten teams, that's what I hate about the Big Ten, is that when they play the crap teams, they always celebrate way too much against the crap teams. They always do, and they do it in a classless fashion, like classless. Like, I mean, I give credit to Ohio State for, beating on Nebraska like that, but it's like up by 40, you don't need to be shooting threes. You could run some clock. It's like the quick trip down the court. You want to see some shit refereeing? How about that Indiana-Penn State game? Penn State deserved to win that game. There was some shit refereeing in that game. I could have sworn that ref had Indiana because it was like they called a crap foul against Penn State, and even the announcers. I actually was listening to that portion of the game. The announcer even said he goes, you can't make that call at this point in the game. It's just like you can't do it. And then on the other end of the court, total foul on the three at the buzzer. Anyways. I don't like any of those games. I'm touching that shit.
You're taking a pass.
I'm not taking a pass on the card like Ruffalo did. I'm taking a pass just on the early segment of games. Air Force against Utah State. Air Force, if they can't win at home, this is going to be a bad year for them. That's the only place they could ever win is at home, traditionally. Wisconsin against Minnesota. They're begging you to take the Gophers here. Begging you to take the Gophers. I mean, they only beat Iowa and Michigan State like badly. I mean, Iowa crawled back in it and got it to overtime, but that overtime was another beatdown. It was like 2 games worth of beatdowns. San Francisco against San Diego. High Point. That's how Chris works the club. High Point. I'm here. The low point would be High Point. And UCLA and Utah. Brian, anything there? Any meat on the bone?
Well, I think they're really begging you to take the San Francisco Dons here. I mean, line opened up around 14, it's down to 12.5. Everybody, lots of public money on the Dons. Give me the Toros here. I think they keep it within 10. San Diego here for a nice wager.
Chris?
I'm going to go the other way in that one. I like San Francisco. I think just the Dons are more battle-tested, and San Diego usually gets drilled on the road, so I'll take San Francisco. And I like the under in High Point, South Carolina, upstate. I think this is 140 is way too high. I think that's supposed to be around 120, 125. So give me the under there.
Yep, Adam Morrison was calling that game, that Penn State game.
Oh, so that's what he's up to now.
Yeah, he's on the Big Ten Network. He's good. He's
Is
actually pretty good. The 2 minutes that I watched. Rod?
For me in this spot here, I agree. That's too many. I think that's too many points for the Dons. Give me San Diego plus the 12.5. And I like Utah State to whoop Air Force. I don't think Air Force is going to win at home. They're not good. Utah State's going to house them.
I like Wisconsin, man. I hate the Big Ten, but I do like Wisconsin in this game. They're begging you to take Minnesota.
So how comes that's not a premium for you?
Because,
I mean, to me, it looks like a just easiest play known to.
The line had when I put in my premiums last night, the line hadn't moved that extra point because that would have done it. That 8.5 was all I needed to see. Trust me on this one. I'll be thanking myself later because I'm going to put it. I'll be putting an extra wager on that one. I might even overlay.
That's worth a house payment, I think.
Yeah, what I think I'm going to do is a couple other picks that I was going to bet, a couple other bets that I was going to bet anyway. Just parlay that with all of them. I really, really like that one. That line is crazy, right? I mean, Minnesota, they just blew out Michigan State. They beat Iowa. And it's like now they're 8.5-point dogs against a Wisconsin team that lost at home to Maryland. What?
Yeah, I'm a Gopher guy, but not.
What? It's like that is that's is that just like this is the books. It's like, and the guy behind the counter, he taps the guy on the shoulder like this, and he whispers in, "Put a 9 on it. See what happens." This thing's gonna be like 20. UCLA, Maryland, Michigan, Idaho against Northern Arizona, Washington against Arizona, San Jose State, Boise State, Nevada, New Mexico, USC, Colorado, Oregon, Cal. Brian?
Yeah, I got to give props to one of the guy in the Pick Dogs group who pointed out how easy Michigan was going to be tonight. Really turned me on to Maryland. I like the Terps. I like what they've been doing lately. I think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with, and I think this is going to be a great spot at home. I'm taking Maryland. I'm going to take the 2.5 they're giving me, though.
Is there another team with as good a record as Michigan that's played as shit a schedule as they've played? I mean, it's a straight dog shit schedule, right? I mean, let's not sugarcoat it here, all right? I'm doing my best to be, honest with you guys, and I'm all right.
I don't think they're better than Maryland,
but the schedule, straight dog shit. Their road game, they played one road game, right? It's at Nebraska. We saw Nebraska against Ohio State last night. The same Nebraska that couldn't cover against Central Arkansas or wherever the hell it was. They got back. Oh, South Dakota. Yeah. At Lincoln. They couldn't cover against South Dakota. Whew. But Michigan acting like they just won the national championship, when they beat Toledo, who the game was scheduled like 3 hours before the bus arrived. Chris?
Yeah,
you can feel free to bash Michigan's entire program if you like. We'll start at the top of the athletic department, go through Jim Harbaugh, and all the way down to Juwan Howard.
Well, they gave him an extension yesterday.
Did they?
Yeah, I think Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, he got an extension.
Really?
Yeah. And it's not like a 1 or 2 year either. I think it's like a 5-year extension.
What?
Yeah.
They couldn't find anyone else to take the job, so they had to we have to have someone.
Rod would take it.
Yeah, sure. Sign me up. Woo!
That's it. That Michigan is a good gig, man. You could recruit like crazy there.
Yeah.
Got good academics. Mom and dad gonna be happy. Get some mom likes. That's the best kind. Great radio show. Chris, who do you like during this time slot?
Yeah. This time slot, the games that I like were. I'm going to take a shot with Washington plus the 8.5 against Arizona.
I like that.
I think that you're going to see a couple of these guys maybe get a little bit down after Arizona imposed that postseason ban on themselves yesterday, and I think Washington, that 2-3 zone, they can at least make life a little bit difficult for Arizona here. So
Arizona's been a horrible road cover team under Sean Miller. Horrible. Even the really good Arizona teams. Horrible road cover team under Sean Miller.
I like Washington too.
Yeah.
Who asked you? And you had your chance. You already had the mic.
And I like Nevada against New Mexico. I think New Mexico got their doors blown off by Boise State, and
yeah, but a lot of teams are going to get blown out by
Boise State. They are. But I'm saying you get your doors blown off by Boise State. I think Nevada can at least beat you by 6.
Yeah, but they lost to Air Force.
Yeah.
At home.
I still think
at home.
Yeah, at home. I still think they're the better team here, though. I still think they win this one by 6.
Steve
just me, though. It's a lead.
I'll tell you this much. Steve Alford's not better than anybody. I got some friendly words of advice there for you. You can write that down. Put it in the Jim Harbaugh pile.
Is that going along with my duct tape for Vanderbilt money line?
Yeah. Oh God. What was that?
One of my proudest moments.
Is that it for you?
Yeah, that's all for me.
All right, because I like Boise minus the 21.5 also. Rod, what do you
like? For me, I got 3 in the spot, and it's actually my birdcage for of the day in the UCLA. So, or in the college hoops. I'm gonna take Washington plus the 8.5. That's way too many points there. Give me Boise State minus it's up to 21.5. You could probably take that up to minus 30. San Jose State just stinks. Woo!
Stink.
The worst. And UCLA. Give me UCLA over Utah. UCLA is getting no respect here. Public's all over Utah like white on rice here. And it's just, I think UCLA is starting to roll. They're going to come out and house Utah, I think. I like UCLA in that spot.
You think the San Jose State players are going to kick back a few microbrews while they're watching the football game during the afternoon?
Oh, for sure. They're like where they're watching the football team. They'll be like, yeah,
because the school's like right in that same area, right? Like in that San Francisco, whatever. Is that a Miller? I'm gonna need a microbrew. It's like
they might.
I got a keg of microbrew.
Because isn't the football game over before their game starts?
I went to a wedding in San Francisco, and this friend of mine had lived on this boat. It was like this big boat. And he's like, "Oh, I'll take you guys all out." Like a bunch of people that were in town for the wedding. This is like 20 years ago, and it was like the total beer snobs there. I brought the 30-pack of Miller Lite. It's like people like turned their nose up at me. It was like, I don't know. I thought it was fine. 30-pack. 30. I don't know. Anyways, we're at that time of the show. Chris, you want to say what you're thankful for this year? That's past, and what you look forward to in the upcoming year?
I'm just thankful to have another year, happy and healthy. I mean, I'm just ready for COVID to be done. I'm just happy for another year, working with you guys and, just being around that I haven't got kicked off the air yet. And I'm thankful for a lot of stuff around here. But,
all right, good story. Give us a fucking birdcage.
That's why I was trying to filibuster. I was like, wait, I'm going to get the hook somewhere in here, and I was waiting for it. Give me Washington plus the points. The under in the High Point, South Carolina Upstate game, and Radford minus the points. And for the NBA, give me either. I'll take the Raptors laying the 9.5. Under in the Chicago-Washington game, and Cleveland plus the 7.5. That's my priorities for today.
Rod, anything from this past year you're thankful for in Birdcage?
For me, I'm thankful that sports came back, and we got to do what we love doing, capping all these sports. I don't have to grind through any more soccer. Yes.
The Bundesliga meltdown of 2020.
The Bundesliga incident.
We're like 4 days away from baseball. Rod loses it.
Oh, I lost
Can't do it.
Oh my God, I got that.
Like, we got 4 days. We got 4 days. We can do it. Coaching them up.
And for me, my biggest accomplishment of 2020 was quitting smoking, and I still have, and I'm proud of that. That was definitely not an easy accomplishment, and I will definitely stay a non-smoker. That was my biggest accomplishment of 2020. Definitely not easy.
Next is all fried foods, Rod, in 2021. Go on.
Yeah.
No, that's not going to work. I don't want to go wider. I want to get smaller. So 2021 is going to be. I'm out by this time next year. You'll be a different me. By 2020, this time next year, might not be the same looking person. That's what. I'll still be the same guy inside, but outside, I got to lose some of this weight. It's way too much. So, but that's my goal for this year coming up. For my New Year's resolution, lose good 100 pounds. Birdcage. Let's win some money. Kick off New Year's right. NBA. I'm going to go the Cavaliers plus the points. OKC plus the points, and take the Jazz minus the 3.5. And college one, Boise State minus the points. Washington plus the points. UCLA minus the points.
Okay, so hold on. Before I ban this dick face, what was my record yesterday in my premium picks? Okay, because this guy's such a fucking genius. 5-0, right? And what's my record for the year? Right, I have a winning record for the year in all of my premium picks. Even I had some pretty bad runs in baseball. So that means that's why you live where you are, and that's why you're in the comments, leaving comments like this, and I live in paradise, right? That's why. Now, you'll be gone. What a dick face. It's like, I just can't, the thing that I don't like about, the one thing I hate about YouTube is the lack of accountability. There should be some sort of formal check-in and verification of anyone that's allowed to comment at all. Because it's just, they could just lie, just be a dick. I mean, let's see your tickets. Let's see the tickets. Let's see your fucking tickets. Let's see your name. Loser, man. Anyways, Brian, what do you got to say? I just don't even understand it. What a moron.
Well, for me, I'm thankful that I left my old site and came to Pick Dogs. Definitely the best decision I ever made in my life. But as far as my goal for 2021 is to be number one handicapper for the year. We'll see if that happens. And I'm thankful that we have sports to bet on. So in my 3-team parlay is San Diego Toros, the Utah Jazz, and the Maryland Terp. And San Diego plus the points, Jazz minus the points, and Maryland plus the points.
I'm thankful that I was able to get a new start. I was able to start over again, and I had a chance not just to prove other people wrong, but to really prove them wrong. To really, really prove them wrong. And I'll admit that a lot of people say man, you don't sleep and you really do more than everybody else. But a lot of my motivation is is spawned upon the people that doubted me the most. Well, most of my motivation is spawned. So most of the products that you see are brought to you by them. And most of the pain that they're likely feeling was caused by them. And I'm glad, there's nothing, success is always the best revenge, to the trolls, to the, to the haters, to the people that say you can't do it. All it takes for me to be able to do something is for one person to say I can't. I'm that guy, Everyone knows that, I'm that guy. It's like you can't do 500 YouTube videos in a day. I'll do 501 just to piss you off, for no other reason. But I've enjoyed this year with you guys. It's been amazing. It's been amazing. I think we've put together something that is, and I said this a year ago, and it was before I even got Sports Chat back. But I said, with all the success that I've had online in the last 15 years, starting in the 600 square foot apartment to living, in paradise and all of these things, the biggest thing I've ever worked on, the thing that's going to be the biggest of the big, is Pick Dogs. And I still believe that. And it is reach-wise, financial-wise, in every which way possible, delivering quality, delivering winners, the excitement that we see surrounding the brand from everybody that's comes in contact with it is way bigger than anything I've ever done. And I could feel it getting bigger and bigger. We've had the Instagram page for 2 days. I've gotten nothing but positive feedback about it. So if you guys haven't checked out the Instagram page, 2021 is going, like this year, it was like we got Sports Chat back. We built Pick Dogs. I did most of that building out of my own pocket. Now, that we were able to get the premium area going, we're able to do a lot of these things. I don't have any legal bills this year, no $250,000 in legal bills or anything going on. We'll be able to put that money back into the business, and we're going to grow this thing to something that's next level. We continue to set the standard in sports betting. We're the guys that everybody copies. We do a live show. Everyone else does a live show. We do videos. Everyone else does videos. We do the podcast. We'll have the next thing. We have the next things. They'll all be doing it, a year later when we're doing something else, right? We've already gone full circle with this stuff, right? I used to have the podcast, then everybody else copied me with the podcast, then I stopped doing the podcast, then they stopped doing the podcast. Now I'm doing the podcast again, and they're podcasting again, right? So it's like, it's all going to happen again. I'm really excited though. This is going to be the year. I know that. I can see it. If we did this in this year, if we were able to do from a standing start 30,600 now subscribers, right? We got another 100 during the show. Imagine what we're gonna do when we have a full year to work on. Just imagine. I'm really excited that you guys are all a part of it too. I think we have the best sports betting community out there. I see I browse around. People say, "Hey, this guy's got a show. This guy said something about you on his show," and I don't care, man. I say stuff about other people too, like Jesse Shuley is a piece of shit, right? I say stuff like that all the time, but it's So I'll go check it out, and I see like the comments and stuff, and it's like, are these 12-year-old kids or something? That they got in the commentary, I like it that we can disagree. I like it that we can disagree. I like that we can do it in a respectful way. I like it that we can learn from each other because we have an educated, real betting community. Yeah, we have some people that are betting dollar, 10-team parlays, and we have some people betting 3 dimes a game. We have the full. We have
full gambit.
Yeah, we got the full picture here, and I think it's only going to get bigger and better. And it's like, yeah, people email me all the time. I can't get in the Facebook group. Because we have standards, because we have standards. You don't see the spam in our Facebook group that you see in the other Facebook groups. You don't see it because we have standards. And it's like, if there's a problem getting in the Facebook group, you know how to contact me. We'll figure it out. If you're not, more than likely, well, it was probably a good thing we didn't let you in, right? It's like, because, Anyways, I'm not going to go on and on about that. I appreciate every one of you guys, though. I appreciate everyone, all the likes, whether you buy something, whether you never buy anything. I don't care. Whether you like our videos. If you don't like our videos, you suck. But aside from that, likes are free. My bank doesn't take them. But yeah, I get emails. You guys are a joke. What is this, man? Wow, thanks. Whatever, man. Oh, man, there's someone always smarter than us. Oh, well. Anyways, I'm not going to go on and on. I can all day, but I'm going to go play some golf. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'll be back at 5 o'clock for the Computer Pick Show. I'll be back at 6 o'clock. I'm on the drive-thru tonight. Chris, who else is on the drive-thru?
I was trying to see if Tony Teensy sent me the email yet. He hasn't. Let me pull up the schedule.
I think this is here it is. Rod, you should start your own show because you're the only one that knows what you're talking about.
We're a team. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys at 5 o'clock. Have a great day. We'll try and act more professional tomorrow.